Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know when you're watching this, but welcome to another Soccer Shop sponsored presentation by PJ, Piere and Joe. Hey, Strikes.
Hello, Joe. Hello, Lance.
We have to say that when I first started in racing, there used to be a guy called Len Smart. Do you remember him, Lance?
Very well.
Hell, does Striker not look like he's wearing the same shirt Len Smart used to wear?
Ali looks just like Glistian.
Allah.
Only thing missing is cash in his hands.
I'm looking smart, aren't I?
Sponsored by what was his name? Greg Sadie, wasn't it?
Correct.
What was that shop called?
Now it's called Deshi. It used to be called, it'll come to me. Can't think what it used to be called, but yeah, I got it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
family.
Black guy. Obviously, you can't cut under the shirt, but from the waist down. But yeah, you're looking good. Lance, welcome back.
Thanks, guys. Good to be back. I don't know how we did last week. I mean, the racing was cut short. The Turffontein meeting was decent. Strikes wrote two great winners. Well done, Piere.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And yeah, we're back. Let's hope we can help.
So we're going to talk later today about the Greyville 1900 and the East Coast Cup. We are also going to talk about this amazing offer that you've come up with this week. I mean, I don't know who's been creative in your office, Lance, but you're also coming up with some pretty good stuff. So stick around, guys. Whoever's watching this, watch till sometime later, and you will hear Lance put out his offer. But let's get straight into the Greyville card. That's where the main race is this coming Saturday. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, race one. Have you ridden this horse ever?
No, race one, obviously it's Greyville. It's you jump away around the bend, draw plays a big part, and juveniles. We don't know how good the unraced ones are, but experience also counts a lot, because if you jump out well and you're already up there for traveling, and the other horses are at the back and they don't know what's going on, they still have to wait for the straight and then try and catch the front runners. I think number 4, Mountain High, hard to beat.
Lance?
Guys, Mountain High should have won last time. He got beat by a stable companion. So I don't know. There's a lot of first timers, a lot of debutants. So I don't see him. I see him being very difficult to beat again. But he got beat quite easily last time. So if there's anything in this race that's got a bit of quality, he's got a race on his hands. But by rights, he should be the horse to beat. And he's going to be short. Just to let people know, today's Tuesday. There's no betting out on the website. It'll be out tomorrow morning by 10 o'clock, because there is no form. I'm telling you, we're all taking it off form grids.
Yeah. But I mean, by the time the podcast goes out, people can go to soccershop.bet.
Absolutely,
they can have their bets, because the betting will be out.
Absolutely.
Look, Richard Fourie obviously is riding the crest of a wave. I've looked through the pedigrees of these horses. For me, look, I wouldn't be a punter at odds on. I certainly wouldn't be putting it in any doubles or anything like that, because I think horses like this are quite dangerous. But to be honest, I don't see how this horse gets beat. Like I said, we don't know the betting yet, but if there's any money for Coalition of Muskets, I'll chuck that into things, because it's quite reasonably well related. Peter's found form, I'd add that in. So for me, Mountain Eye should win. Any money for Coalition, and I'd put that in. I can't have the horses drawn wide. It's just so hard at Greyville. Race 2. Here we've got a juvenile plate.
Yeah, same thing applies. Experience helps, good draw helps, and therefore I'm going for Great Plains. And then also the companion, Makazole, didn't finish that far behind on the first start. So unfortunately drawn a bit wider, but I think those are the two. And don't forget, Justin Snaith won't come with his mediocre horses all the way to Durban. They bring their best, so you have to respect it.
No doubt about that. I think actually when I looked at this card, I think Justin will have a good day. He deserves one. For me, I saw Field Marshal on debut. I saw Field Marshal following up. And I would say ignore Field Marshal at your peril.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to argue with either one of you. Justin's overdue to start firing. So I'm not going to give too much input here, guys. I'm happy to go with Strikes and you. Race 3.
Race 3, we're going to have a very skinny price runner here, I think. Rototo. Muscat Free. Phew. The way this horse ran on debut. Great draw. Put and take, I think. Put and take. Boring, but I think this is the right one. I would say that that's number 4, Rototo. Number 3, Langsia. Moodley is starting to get chances for quite a lot of different trainers now. This horse is out of a Paint Celeb Grand Dam, I should say. And any sort of ability, I would put that in. And then I think Lance might have a little bit of an in here. He's got number 1, the Specialist.
Yeah, he has the word from the stable. They're running for second.
You running for second, or everybody else?
He says that he doesn't care what's in the race. He's not interested. The horse will win 1,000,000%, he said. The horse will win.
Okay, well, there's a tip for our viewers. Back the Specialist.
He reckons the horse is a top horse, and he's not only going to stop there, he's going to go from here. Listen, I can't be more vocal than MJ himself, let's be honest.
Well, there was a lot of money for the horse last time.
Didn't get the best ride. Didn't get the best ride, but would never have won, would have maybe run second.
Yeah.
But he's a smart horse, guys. All I can tell you is he's fancy to kill. I'm excited that you're saying Rototo is going to be quite short. I haven't seen any betting from Jason as yet. But I can tell you, MJ is so confident that.
Can I just ask you a question as an owner of the horse, right? Did Richard phone for the ride?
No. Funny you asked that. Kamala phoned, and he didn't really hesitate because he wasn't really waiting. He wasn't going to knock Kamala back for Richard in case Richard comes. But as it happens, Richard never came.
Okay.
So he took Kamala, which tells you something.
Yeah.
That Rototo is a strong runner and may be favored. But all I can tell you is he's a smart horse and he can win. He's out there to win. And as far as MJ is concerned, he will win.
Tickets and tax. Pierre's got no view by 3. That's guaranteed.
2 horse race. 2 horse race.
Yeah.
I hope mine's one of them, Piere.
I think so, yeah.
Well, you dissed his horse last week, Saturday. And you were riding it. Right, race 4. I'll tell you what's interesting about this race, okay? Is it's run over the July distance. Okay? And if any of these horses that are running in this race win a race in July of 2024, any race, I'll give that trainer or that owner 1,000 rand. I'm telling you now. Okay? Because it is it's just my little thing I'm doing in this podcast. So if you're watching this podcast and you've got a horse in this race and it wins a race in July of 2024, message us and you've got a grand coming your way.
Well, I can only give you input. Last time Ironmonger ran, MJ thought it would win the race. It got beat by its stable companion. Very good run. But the stable companion's not a great horse. This looks like a very weak punch. So I agree with you, Joe.
Sure, this is it. Yeah. Look, I love all owners and I love everybody that's got horses in training, but we have to be real. Some of these horses are struggling, and they're going the July distance, course and distance, funnily enough. Pierre, which horse would you phone for?
Policy of Truth, without a doubt. Not sure about the distance. I mean, will he stay? I don't know. but just because he's the highest merit rated horse by far,
Yeah.
I would rather find for that. So policy of truth it is.
The only distance I haven't tried for some of these horses is 6 foot under.
That's the next step.
Oh, Lord. Right, race 5, guys. Put and take.
Tell us.
Put and take. So we own a horse here. Okay.
Who chose?
Kishoten, number 4.
Yes.
So she went into training ahead of time. We had a bit of a situation with my ex-partner, and Gareth gave her a little run at Scottsville just to bring her on a lot. She came on a lot. If you watch that run, you would never back this horse ever in your life. I challenge anybody to watch that, her debut. But we knew she had something in her. She then won her second start. She had a lot of winners in behind her. Then he took her back to Scottsville on the straight course. Okay. And if I remember correctly, the going was very, very soft that day. She was only beaten 5 lengths. And I know that she had another come on to come. Her last start was super, super impressive. I'm not saying she's a world champion, but her last start was a really good start. She was only beaten a long head. She really took off. Go watch the race. She's got a good draw. Jason's starving. Jason hasn't eaten for a month from his suspension. So the light is going to have a full go. Gareth's got the horse right ready and Rosie. Put her in all your bets.
Okay.
It looks like a tough race, I must be honest. Nice to hear the confidence.
Well, we need to box tough, eh? That's how we get to the top.
It looks like a nice race. I really, like I say, I haven't really studied the form, but I'm on form grids, and I'm seeing a lot of colors here, green, seen a lot of yellow. So this is a form race. There's a lot of horses here at form. So
yeah, it could be a nice race, eh? At this level, it's an MR82. I mean, she's only a young filly. That number 5, Mascherina, that would be a big runner in this race as well. And Jazz Cafe of Robbie Hills, but don't leave Kishoten out. Right, race 6. Bada bang, the East Coast Cup. 200 grand, 2,000 meters. We have got betting for this.
Yes, Joe, I've sent it to you. So off memory,
Okay, so this is how they bet, and I'll say it quite slowly for the guys listening, but they're betting Saki 4-1, or not they, you, soccershop.bet are betting.
Correct.
Saki 4-1. Hold My Hand 5-1. Ivy League 7-1. Juliet Tango 7-1. African Beat 8-1. Rocky Reef 10s. Poor Little Rich Girl 10s. Donna Mo 10s. Future Girl 10s. Lucky Miss 14s. 33-1 and better the rest. Piere, you've ridden some of these?
Not many, eh? I've ridden against them. Look at the horse that I would definitely make the biggest run is Saki.
Yeah.
I think she's the best handicap horse in the race as well, and she's nominated for the July. Unfortunately, she's got not a lack of draw. You know, like you go forward, you go back, or just hope for luck, and then you get caught wide. But Saki's the main runner. Hold My Hand went all the way to P and ran 3rd last. But it's a quality filly. Yeah, otherwise maybe Juliet Tango. You know, probably 1,400 too short last time, but I rated Zenovi before, and she only finished 5 lengths behind. So, from a good draw, could be a big runner.
Lance, what are your thoughts?
Guys, I got 2 runners in this race. You know that.
Sure.
No.
I got Dance My Lord, also drawn 8, not a bad draw. Again, prep to the irons, first time, prep to the minute, I should say. First time over the distance she's been crying for, and the stable again is really confident, and the jockey's riding really well, the Gavea. So that's in with a real chance. And then I own the filly in partnership, Ivy League, and she's been prepped for this type of race. So she's also going the 2000, and we thought the world of her as a 2-year-old, and she just had a few issues. We've given her a chance. Both trainers are very confident, but the Cape Town horses, if they're at their best, they're going to be the horses to beat. But we're alive and we're fighting, and we got a strong, strong chance.
Okay. So
The one, I think 7-1, the other one's 14-1.
yeah, that's right. So I really, really think this is an easy race. Like, I know people think I'm crazy and I say these outlandish things, but the only thing that can beat Da Mata is the draw. Ever since they stepped this horse up, she's out of Banking April, who's by Bankable, an Irish sire. Okay. The moment they step this horse up to a middle distance, 1800, she's just improved and improved and improved and improved. And the fact that Brett, or I would hasten to think it would be James, pulled off raiding last year, they won the July. They must be gutted that they drew 15, because I would think that at 10-1, this is as near certain to a running in the first four as you'll ever find. The only thing is the draw, but this filly is on the up. She is bred to do this distance all day long. I know that from a ratings perspective, she hasn't quite reached the heights of Saki, but guys, this filly on the 13th of September last year could not win couldn't win an open maiden over a mile. She was rated 74 at the time. She's up to 94 and going strong. Do not leave this horse out. Don't leave it out.
I think the race pretty much is like that. My two are going the trip for the first time.
Yeah.
Da Mata's improved over the ground.
Correct.
You know, Saki, whether it needs the run, she needs a run, we don't know. Quality Juliet Tango, nice race, really nice race, tough.
Yeah, it's a really, it is, for a listed race, it's actually well done to Gold Circle. They've got 16 runners. Like I like this race from a race, like I said last week, from a racing purist perspective. I really like this race. So yeah, there could be anything happening. I have to look at it from my eyes, and I believe Da Mata's a massive runner. Right, let's talk about the big race of the day, the 1900, one of my favorite races on the calendar. Pretty much a race that sorts out some of the riff from the ref. We start now really starting to look at a July pattern after this weekend. Piere, do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Give us a bet in, Joe.
Sure. Future Swing 4-1. Oriental Charm 4-1. Without question 5-1. Emilenza Lugu 7-1. Safe Passage, Mucho Dinero, and Atticus Finch. Nina Targan, Former Gear, all 10-1. Master Redude 14-1. And you can name your price after that. This is a great race. Another great race. Pierre?
I'm going with a horse called Mucho Dinero. He's had his first run, maybe needed it, and so expecting a lot of improvement. He's handicapped well. I don't think this is not a handicap race. I think it's a conditions race. So he's well in here. I mean, he's run against some of the top horses in the country. And then the horse, I think it could be the Danger. Might well handicapped, draw one. He's had 2 prep runs. That's his Atticus Finch. 2 prep runs since he's had a break. For 1600. Then his last run was over 1400, drawn 9 out of 9. And now, right distance, drawn 1. They're trying to get him into the July, so he could be the Danger.
Yeah. Lance?
I think well assessed, guys. I'm not mad about Atticus Finch as it happens, and as a young horse, I rated him really highly, and I think he's loaded with talent. The last run for me wasn't good enough. You know, he's going to have to come on plenty. Future Swings had his run, and a decent run at that. So I think he's really going to be at his close to his best. Oriental Charm, the form is really good, but again, I'm not convinced that it's going to be 100%. And I think the big improver in the race is Mucho De Niro. I'm with Piere on that. I'm willing to forgive him his last run. His form before that was impeccable, and his mission's the July. So this is where he's got to put his hand up. If the last run is to be forgiven, he'll come and win on Saturday. That's my prediction.
Sure.
The rest of them, they're not in there. I'm not mad about the bottom, the 14. I'm not really mad about that. So for me, Mucho De Niro or Future Swing. I think you're right. Snaith's going to have a big day.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to talk about my second favorite Cape trainer of all time, Justin Snaith. I think you're both right. I think without question is the right horse. You've got to think that to get into the July, he's got to come in at 118, 119. So when you work back from the July, he's probably want to give him, he wants to win this race, he gets in. He goes up only to 118. And that gives him a squeak in the July. So I do think Mucho De Niro is the horse to beat here, 100%. However, I would never leave out 2 Durban horses. And I think we've often discarded Durban horses in the feature season because Durban's gone through a bit of a lull. But this horse, Narina Trigon, that the Millers bought, that won a nice race last time out. And Peter Muscat's got former gear in. That, its last start, that horse looked like it was dropped in. Looked like it was dropped in at the 200 and it absolutely shit in. So without question for me, Narina Trigon, former gear. Atticus Finch, I will talk about that because that also is a bit of a front runner. Huh? And with only 56 kilos, Diego could steal a march. But I think it lies pretty much between what we've all said, without question. And I think it's Snaith's race, this. Before we move on to race 8, Lance, just tell us what's going on. You've come up with an unbelievable offer. Piere, listen to this, China. Have you ever heard a bookmaker?
You've got to listen to this offer, guys. What we're doing at soccershop.bet for the for the 1900 and the East Coast.
Yeah.
We are giving all Soccer Shop clients the chance
online
to
clients.
Online clients.
Okay.
To double your winnings up to $5,000. So you take what? Give me a horse that's in the betting there, Joe.
I want to back Mucho De Niro, Lance. I want $2,000 on Mucho De Niro. I want
what price
on
is
Mucho
it?
De Niro to win 2,000. What happens if Mucho De Niro wins?
You get 4,000 for your money.
And I still only lose 200.
Yeah, no, you lose what you put on, but you get in the 2 races, the East Coast and we double your winnings up to $5,000. Correct. Okay. So you take 1,000 or 500 horse if there is a 2-to-1 chance. You get and it wins. All you need to do is email or WhatsApp the company, and we will credit you. All you need to tell us is we've partaken in this. We'll go in, we'll check it, and we'll give you the credit into your normal wallet. You can play with it, you can withdraw it, you can do whatever you like. This is not bonus money.
It's not bonus money. This
is not
actual
bonus
cash.
Money. This is C-Ash.
So for the naughty oaks out there that back a winner, they can not only take their wives out to dinner, they can take their mistresses out and they're not cutting the money in half.
Well, that's why we call it double your winnings. In their case, it's going to be double your trouble.
This is a great offer, Piere.
Sure. If I was allowed to punt, I would definitely have a full go.
I fancy if you're allowed to punt, you need another job because you tip some really good horses and then some real cock.
I'm ahead of you guys.
So Joe, this is for both races, eh?
Yeah. No, yeah, and we'll mention it up at the top, but
Correct.
just for a quick recap, East Coast and the 1900. If you have an account with soccershop.bet, if you have a bet, if you don't even have to email in straight away. If you have a bet on that race and your horse wins, email the number that we're going to give you or WhatsApp the number we're going to give you, and up to 5,000 Rand. So if you take 5,000 to 500, you'll get 10,000 to 500 if the horse wins.
No.
No.
Up to 5,000. So they need to be clever. If it's 10 to 1, they got to put 250 on to get 5,000.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so clarity. The most you can be doubled to is 5,000.
Correct. So you can
Okay.
back 5 horses in the race and end up getting the money, but you're getting the best value in the world.
Understood. Okay, understood. So we're clear on that now. We will double up to 5,000. Perfect. Right, race 8. Everybody's got
Right.
cash now.
Middle
Everybody's
stakes.
firing.
So it's not a handicap. Middle stakes. So it means there's also well handicapped. Number 3, the Grey King.
Put and take all day long, twice on Sundays. Put and take.
There we go.
Go Snaith, your baby. Go Snaith. No, it's a fact. How can it lose, Piere?
Can't lose.
It can't lose.
What do you guys see? And it run to form a gear.
And before that, Green with Envy.
Oh, yes. Okay. But you know, there's a horse in the East Coast that ran to green with Envy in the Derby. So that's also going to frank the form on some level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not this is a middle stakes. It's not a feature.
Mucha Dinero run last in this race. So if Mucha Dinero is going to win the 1900, the
Yeah, then
Grey
the Grey
King's
King.
overs.
Overs. Okay. Right. Next race.
Overs. Right, race 9. 1,000-meter race.
I've found a horse here.
Me too. Go first.
Okay. So I've ridden a horse in this race that I've been saying it's not a stayer, it's a sprinter. A filly called Shantastic. She's actually the best handicap horse in the race as it is. I know she finished far behind last time, but she finished behind Double Grand Slam. And before that, the Kenilworth 1200 is a tough 1200. It's like they don't go fast enough, so you can't really get the horse to settle and relax. But Greyville is a speed 1,000. So, and this filly, she's got a lot of speed. I think Greyville, 1,000 meters, base handicap, the one to beat.
I disagree. I think Cole Hewittson's played a magic stroke here. He ran this horse Pray for Rain in the 400-meter dash last week and took it up to Joburg. It ran 4 lengths off Thunderstruck, off levels. For me, this is a big runner. Pray for Rain, Cole Hewitson, Serena Moodley. Mr. Lance?
From my end, it's going to be simple. I'm going to be very honest with you and say, let's go to race 10.
Okay, I found another horse.
You guys have tipped the race. I agree with both of you. So let's move on.
Okay, race 10, I found another horse. I don't know the betting. So I think this could be a nice price.
Put your head on the block, Piere. Make it the Piere Strydom bet of the day.
Piere, let me just interrupt you. If you want to know the betting, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, go to soccershop.bet.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. But it doesn't affect me. So I'm just helping the punters. Yeah.
And you don't have to worry. There won't be a 3-1.
There
There won't be a 1-3 shot in the race, so you're okay.
I still want the browser history on your
they'll
phone.
go there. They'll go there. We'll tell them to go there. Go on. Go Strikes.
No, race 10, number 4, Don Kirari. Why I'm saying that, firstly, got a nice draw. It's Greyville. Secondly, it's been running, it ran third and fifth. But what I like, okay, it's only dropped 1 point in the merit rating. That's half a kilo, half a length. But it's claiming 4 kilos.
Yeah.
That's like 4.5 kilos turnaround on its current form. So drawn 4, if it gets a good jump, the horse to beat.
Piere
Is it
Strydom, you
jock?
are a
Is it
genius.
jock?
Brevin Plaatjes. Piere Strydom, you are a genius. Let me tell you why you are a genius.
Yeah, tell me that.
Mr. Goosen also ran this horse in the 400-meter dash last week.
Oh, okay. There we go.
That's the play. So I was going to put this horse up as well. I don't know what price it'll be. If I was pricing up this race, I'd make this like a 7-2 shot probably. But for me, Don Ferrari, put and take. It's a tricky card, but the horses that I'm personally confident in are all nice prices. I think this will be a nice price. And this ran in exactly the same race as Pray for Rain. This ran a length off. Pray for Rain ran 2.85 lengths off, 4 kilo difference. If Pray for Rain is there or thereabouts, this has basically followed the same prep in as Pray for Rain, if that makes any sense. Do you know what I mean? Like,
That's
Very
the
much.
race that cost you a vegan burger, correct?
that's the race that cost me a vegan burger. Correct. Correct. And can I tell you who I'm blaming?
Yes.
The fog. The bloody
fog.
fog. Because Khumalo was primed to ride Chocolate Soldier for Spies. And there was a 2-hour delay with a flight into from Joburg into Durban. And they had to make a jockey switch.
Okay, let me tell you what really happened.
Telling me what really happened.
He didn't want to ride the horse. It's a very strong horse. It plays up. And remember I told you, at 400 meters, all about the jump. If you don't jump well, your race is gone. And he didn't jump well.
He didn't jump well. And poor Jabu Jacobs had never ridden the horse in his life.
Yeah.
Must
And
have
remember,
shat
it's a
himself.
2-year-old, though. A 2-year-old.
I know,
The
Pierre.
old horses, they've got experience and know when those starting stalls open, they're out and they're gone, you know. Anyway.
I'll eat the burger. I'll eat the vegan burger. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Right. Guys, I'll put this out. They must go to soccershop.bet to get all the betting. Wednesday morning, the betting will all be there ahead of everybody else. The prices we've given you today are from Lance and his team. The offer is spectacular in the East Coast and in the 1900. Double your winnings up to 5,000 Rand. Terms and conditions will be in the body of the offer. Anything else to say, James?
The money
cool.
is real money.
The money is real money. I will just want to say one more teensy little thing before we go. And that is, I saw it here earlier. Just give me a chance. I'm just flying through it super quick. On Sunday at Turffontein, there's a very interesting horse running. It's called Mastership in race 3. I know it just won its maiden last time out, but for some reason, Richard Fourie is riding it. So keep an eye on that. That's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Piere. Thank you, Lance.
Thanks,
best.
Joe. Thanks, Piere. All the
Cheers.
best, guys.